You see, in the Western world, when people hear the word judgment, they flinch. It brings fear. It brings shame. They imagine a furious deity with a thunderbolt in one hand and a list of sins in the other. But that idea, that version of judgment, is not the way of Jah, not the way Rastafari sees it. Judgment in the sight of Jah is not wrath, it is love. Like a parent watches their child walk the wrong path, not out of hate but out of concern. And when that child starts to harm themselves, what does a loving parent do? They step in, they correct. Not to destroy the child, but to guide them back to their true self. It may hurt, but it heals. It may sting, but it saves. So when we speak of Jah's judgment, we're not talking about fire falling from the sky just to burn. No, I speak of fire that purifies, fire that clears the weeds so that truth can grow, fire that cauterizes the wounds of a world sick with lies, greed, and spiritual blindness. Rasta understands that Jah's justice is not like man's justice. Man punishes to condemn. Jah disciplines to restore. Man uses judgment to assert power. Jah uses it to lift the low, humble the proud, and awaken those asleep in confusion. Judgment is not rejection, it's the mercy of a father who refuses to let his children remain lost. And so, what you're seeing in the world today, the shaking of systems, the crumbling of nations, the exposure of falsehood in religion, politics, and media, it is not the end of the world, it's the beginning of correction. These signs are a warning and a whisper. Turn back to righteousness, return to the source, clean your heart, heal the earth. Not in rage, but in love. For the Most High is not out to destroy humanity. He is calling humanity out of destruction, as it says in Proverbs 3:12. For whom the Lord loveth he correcteth, even as a father the son in whom he delighteth. So when Jah corrects, give thanks. When the illusion falls, rejoice. When the shaking comes, stand firm, because if Jah is shaking it, it was never stable to begin with. That is not wrath, that is not anger, that is love with authority, that is Jah's judgment, and Jah's judgment is justice. The earth is groaning, the earth is not silent, she is not still, she moans beneath our feet and sighs above our heads. Her winds speak, her waters rage, her mountains cry out, and yet the people pretend not to hear. But the groaning, oh yes, it is real, real like thunder rolling over distant lands, real like waves swallowing cities built on lies, real like flames licking the sky, burning down temples of vanity and greed. The earth is speaking in a language older than words. This is not chaos, this is labor. She is not dying, she is birthing, just like a mother cries in pain to deliver life. The earth groans to push out the old world, the world of corruption, pollution, confusion, a world where men worship money and forget the source, where systems rise without Jah, where people chase the illusion and reject the truth. That world is heavy on her back. She can no longer carry it. And so she groans. Romans 8:22 says, For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. It's in the Bible. It's in the soil. It's in the skies. Even the animals can feel it. The trees are tired of being chopped down for greed. The rivers are tired of carrying our filth. The skies are heavy with smoke, not prayers. And the people, lost in screens, fears, and foolishness, deaf to the spiritual earthquake beneath their feet. But Rastafari hears it. Rasta sees what Babylon cannot. The fires are not just wild. The floods are not just weather. The viruses are not just science. They are signs. Signs that the womb of the world is contracting, not to end us, but to awaken us, to push us back to truth, back to Zion. For what is being born is not destruction, but purification. A new world not ruled by man's ego, but by Jah's law. A world where love is not a slogan, but a way. Where justice is not politics, but presence. Where the earth is no longer burdened, but blessed. So listen when she groans. Feel it in your bones. Hear it in the silence. The earth is not angry. She is honest. And she wants her children to return home. To live in balance, to live in love, to live in Jah. And when we don't listen, she raises her voice, not to punish, but to purge. Rasta knows. This is the season of birthing pains, of spiritual contractions. The world we've known is on its last breath, and the world Jah intended is ready to breathe its first. Babylon was never built to last. From the moment the first stone was laid without Jah, it was already doomed. You can stack your money, build your towers, buy your governments, own your media, but if Jah isn't the foundation, it shall crumble. This world system, this Babylon, has lied for centuries. It promised prosperity but delivered poverty. It preached peace while funding war. It wore the robe of religion while crucifying truth. It teaches the youth to chase vanity while silencing the voice of wisdom. But hear I now, Babylon must fall, because Babylon is built on sand, not stone. And Jah does not bless corruption. The Most High said in Isaiah 13:11, I will punish the world for its evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. I will cause the arrogance of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. You see, Rasta been chanting this for decades, not because we hate the world, but because we love truth. And truth is this: any system that denies Jah, oppresses the poor, silences the righteous, and feeds off the blood of the innocent cannot stand. Babylon is falling before your eyes. The economy can't breathe. The banks are scared. The leaders are confused. The preachers have no answers. The streets are filled with sorrow. But Rasta stands still. Rasta knows the prophecy. Rasta has been reading Revelation while Babylon was building skyscrapers. You think it's coincidence? Nah, I tell you, this is Jah's judgment, and his judgment is justice. It's written in Revelation 18:2. Fallen is Babylon the Great. She has become a dwelling for demons and a haunt for every impure spirit. This system, this world of confusion, exploitation, idolatry, greed, is being exposed for what it truly is: a counterfeit, a kingdom of illusion, a mirage in the desert, pretending to be paradise. But now the sandstorm is blowing through, and what is fake cannot hide. The most powerful empires in history crumbled when pride took root. Rome fell, Egypt fell, Sodom fell. Now you're watching it again. Different names, same spirit, and Jah's hand is moving. So don't mourn Babylon, don't cling to its idols, don't put your faith in its politics, because Jah is making way for something higher. Zion is rising, and only the clean in heart, the faithful, the humble, the righteous will walk in her gates. Jah's judgment is not chaos, it's a cleanse, not vengeance but vision, and Babylon must fall so Zion can rise in glory. The Rastaman say this not in hatred but in hope, because once Babylon collapses, a world rooted in love, balance, and divine law shall stand tall, so let it fall and let Jah reign. Rastas don't fear these times. You see all these things happening and the world panics. But Rasta stays grounded. We don't fear these times. We don't run to Babylon for answers because Babylon is the problem, not the solution. We don't tremble when the storms blow or when the fire comes, because Rasta been waiting for this time. We saw it coming. We felt it in the winds. We read it in the scriptures. We heard it in the heartbeat of Jah creation. The world calls it crisis, but Rasta calls it cleansing. Why should I fear when prophecy unfolding? When the trumpet of truth blows loud and clear, Rasta don't cover ears. We listen, because we know this is the time of revealing. What was hidden must now come to light. And those who live in light have nothing to fear. Yes, the system is shaking. Yes, the streets are wild. Yes, there is suffering, confusion, war, and famine. But look deeper. There is also awakening. People rising up, souls returning to truth, hearts being softened, the fake being exposed. This is what we've been chanting for. This is what the Nyabingi drums have echoed under the moonlight. Babylon must burn so Zion can live. Rasta knows that Jah never promised ease. He promised presence. He never said the righteous won't suffer. He said they won't suffer in vain. The fire we pass through is not to consume us, but to refine us, like gold in the furnace. So when you see war, know that peace is on the other side. When you feel loss, know that gain is being prepared. When you walk through the valley, know that Jah is your rod and your staff. These times are not meant to destroy you. They are meant to reveal who you truly are. That's why Rasta remains still. Still but not silent. Calm but not careless. We keep chanting, we keep meditating, we keep holding the Livity strong. Because this is the season when the wheat and the tares are being separated, and I choose to stand with righteousness. Psalm 91 says, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. That's the kind of assurance that lives in the heart of a Rasta. These are the days when men's hearts fail them for fear, but the Rasta heart grows stronger, not because of pride, but because of faith. Faith in the Most High, faith in divine order, faith that no matter how dark the night gets, Zion is on the horizon. So let the winds blow, let the systems fall, let the world awaken, because for the Rasta who walks in truth, these are not days of doom, these are the days of deliverance.
The path of the righteous. The path of the righteous has never been the easy road. It's narrow, it's lonely. It winds through fire, through rejection, through silence. But make no mistake, it is the eternal road. While the world rushes toward the wide gates of pleasure, comfort, and pride, the righteous walk steady, step by step, one foot in spirit, the other in truth. We don't chase crowns, we bear crosses. We don't look for applause, we listen for Jah's whisper. The righteous walk is not loud, it's real. It is not performance, it is presence. It is not perfection, but pursuit. Pursuit of what is holy, pursuit of what is upright, pursuit of Jah himself. And this path, it tests you, it strips away the ego, it purifies the heart, it demands that you lose what is false to find what is true. But Rasta knows, what you lose for righteousness, Jah will restore in glory. What you sacrifice in Babylon, you will inherit tenfold in Zion. As it is written in Matthew 5:10, "Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." So we walk, even when mocked, even when misunderstood, even when we stumble, we rise again. Because the path may be steep, but it leads upward. Out of war comes peace. Out of suffering comes strength. Out of pressure comes the diamond. Out of darkness shines the light. This is not just poetry. It is reality. The reality of the soul who chooses righteousness over riches, justice over convenience, truth over popularity. The righteous are not perfect people. They are purposeful people. They fall, yes, but they fall toward Jah. And every scar becomes a testimony. Every tear becomes a prayer. Every battle becomes a lesson. And though the world may not reward them, heaven watches. Jah records. Zion awaits, so walk it strong, even if the road is hard, even if no one claps, even if the night is long. Because when you walk the path of the righteous, you walk with Jah. And if Jah be with you, who can be against you? Let Babylon mock. Let the storms roar. Let the world misunderstand. Righteousness will stand long after empires fall, because it is written into the fabric of creation, like the sun rising each morning, like the seed growing in silence, like the soul awakening to its source. This is the path, not for the faint of heart, but for the faithful. And Rasta walks it, every day, with love, with fire, with vision, because Jah's judgment is justice, and the righteous shall never be forsaken. So now you've seen it. The truth is no longer hiding. The world is shifting. Babylon is trembling, but righteousness is rising, and the Most High still sits upon his throne. The question is not if Jah is judging. The question is, are you listening? Are you walking the narrow path? Or are you still trying to hold up what Jah is tearing down? Here at the Zion Way, we don't follow trends, we follow truth. We reason, we chant, we uplift. We bring forward wisdom, rooted in Rastafari, scripture, and Livity. Because this is not just a movement, this is a calling. If this message touched your spirit, don't let it fade. Like the video. Share it with a brethren or sistren who needs to hear it. And subscribe to the Zion Way, where every video is a step closer to truth, a step further from Babylon, and a step deeper into the heart of Jah. Turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. because these times demand vision, not distraction, purpose, not fear. And the Zion Way will continue to bring you the messages that Babylon can't speak. One love, one truth, one foundation. Rastafari lives. Until next time, walk righteous, live conscious, and stay firm in the Zion Way.